Oh, hello. Welcome to another stream, another Devstream. Let's see. I think. No, that should register. It didn't for some reason. Okay. Oh. Why did that crash? Okay. There we go. So today we're gonna continue with the mini transformer. I think we did scroll up here. What did we have? Train in transformer. This script we finished, I think. Yeah. So that should leave us with only the test file and then running the actual program. So we're gonna stop with the test to make sure that everything is actually working, since we don't actually know the full math behind it. We need to make sure. We need to be extra sure. So we already created a test file for that, I think. Test mini transformer. Yeah. Oh. Wait, did we... No. There we are. So, start by importing torch, and from tiny data, import field character tokenizer, char character. Tokenizer make splits and get batch, and from mini transformer import mini transformer and model config, and then define a function called tiny text, small deterministic toy corpus, return abracadabra. Oh. Avada-kedavra. Abracadabra times 8. So that would be what? A list of strings plus a Can we see what this returns? Takes such a long time. But no, it doesn't seem like we can get that. This should be one list, hopefully. Since it says a corpus, it should be one list. Let's continue with another test function called make model. Vocab size of Now the type integer and block size parameter with the type of integer. CFG equals model config, so we create a model config that we imported as a module from the mini transformer. Then we have vocab size equal vocab size, block size equal block size, the parameters we set when we call this function, and then n layers, 2 n heads, to 2 d model, to 64 BFF to 256 and dropout to 0.0. I've already forgotten what the layers heads do. I'm gonna have to ask. In a Python neural network model configuration, what does the n layers stand for and the n heads, d model, dff, dropout, etc.? What does that stand for?
Sure. So in a neural network model, especially something like a transformer, these terms are basically shorthand for different model dimensions. For example, n layers is just the number of layers or the depth of the network. N heads is how many attention heads you have in a multi-head attention mechanism. D model is the dimension of the embeddings or the hidden size of the model. DFF usually refers to the dimension of the feed-forward network layer inside each layer. And dropout is just the dropout rate, which is a regularization technique. So that's the gist of each of those terms.
Can you repeat that?
Absolutely. In short, n layers is how many layers the model has. N heads is the number of attention heads. D model is the size of the model's embedding dimension. DFF is the size of the feed forward layer. And dropout is just the dropout rate for regularization.
Can you explain a little more in detail about those various things? So I get the more context.
Absolutely. So let's dig a little deeper. For n layers, that's basically how many stacked layers your model has. The more layers, the deeper the network, which generally means it can learn more complex patterns. For n heads, in a transformer model, you have multiple attention heads that allow the model to focus on different parts of the input at the same time. So n heads is just how many of those attention heads you have. Now D model is the size of the embedding space. It's basically how large each token's vector representation is. A larger D model means more capacity to represent information per token. DFF is the dimension of the feed-forward network inside each layer. Transformers typically have a little feed-forward neural network in each layer, and this is the size of that hidden layer. Finally, dropout is just a regularization technique to prevent overfitting. It randomly drops out some neurons during training, so the model generalizes better. So those are the details.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that much clear on everything, but it's still good to have the information repeated, I guess. So we're gonna return the mini transformer with the config we just created. And then we have the test function, test forward shapes. So torch.manual seed 0. Then text equals tiny text. And torque equals build character tokenizer with the text model equals make model talk.vocab size block size 16 and then bt equals 416 respectively, and x equals torch.randint low 0 high talk.vocab size with a size of b and t, data type of torch.long, a 64-bit integer. Then we have logits and loss that we set to the model x then x. Feature forcing against itself just to hit the loss path. Then we assert that logits plus dot shape is equal to bt talk.vocab size, and we assert that loss is not none, and we assert that loss.item is greater than 0.0. Yeah. Then we have yet another training function called test training reduces loss. With a torch manual seed 1, 2, 3 to get another seed here for some reason. And then text equals tiny text, talk equals build character tokenizer from the text, and then your encode equals talk.encode text, encode into text, and then train and underscore equals make splits the encoded text with split ratio of 1.0. All train. Okay. Device equals torch.device CPU. So we run it on the CPU. Then we do model equals make model talk vocab size block size equals 32 to device. So send that to the device. opt torch.optim.addmw model.parameters lr3e minus 3. Initial loss xy plus get batch train batch size 16 with a block size of 32, position 0, and device then underscore loss 0 equals model xy. So we're returning those tuples. Those are torches then, right? Because this returns torches. doesn't say it here. Why can't we see that? Maybe we need to call make model here. Oh wait. But the mini transformer does not return that. Seems I was wrong. So it's simply the done variable n. So we haven't configured that to be easily visible. What's that? Is that L0? L0? Oh, loss 0. Convert that to a float. A few steps. So pos equals x dot numeral number of elements 4 underscore in range 60. So we loop 60 times and we'll set xy to get batch, train batch size, set to 16, block size, set to 32, pos to pos, and device to device. So it's the same thing again, basically. And then we do pos plus equals x dot number of elements and underscore loss is model the return of model x and y. Opt 0 grad set to none plus true. Loss dot backward and opt dot step. Check reduced loss. Can't forget to grab the chest. Duplicate x y equals get batch, train batch size 16, block size 32, and pos and device. Same thing again with underscore and loss, but loss 1 this time. Model x and y. L1, convert that to loss 1 to a float. And then we assert that L1 is less than L0. Ooh. And if it is, loss did not decrease. L0 dot 4f. And this means that we're only taking the 4 numbers after the period. 4 decimals, right? 4 decimals. Limiting ourselves to 4 decimals. Oh, it's like so. Same thing again with limiting ourselves to 4 decimals. So we're showing the L0 to L1. So somehow getting the initial loss here. Then we're running through the training. Running different functions like 0 grad, stepping and stuff like that. And after that we check again. What is loss though? I think I've forgotten that as well. What is loss in a neural network?
In a neural network, the loss is basically a measure of how far off the model's predictions are from the actual correct answers. It's like a score that tells you how well or badly the network is doing on its training or validation data. The goal during training is to minimize this loss, so the model's predictions get closer and closer to the actual targets.
Repeat that again.
Sure. So the loss in a neural network is basically just a measure of how far off the model's predictions are from the true answers. In other words, it's like a score that tells you how well the network is doing. During training, the idea is to minimize this loss so that the predictions bit closer to the actual targets.
What happens if the loss does not decrease?
Yeah, so if the loss doesn't decrease, that basically means the model isn't really learning effectively. It could be stuck, or it might not have the right capacity to understand the data. Sometimes you need to tweak things like the learning rate, or maybe adjust the architecture, or even just train for longer. But in a nutshell, if the loss isn't going down, the model's not improving, and you might need to make some changes.
Okay. So we're checking the loss, and we also have another function called test generate length. Generate length. We have a torch.manual seed of 7 for some reason, the magical number, and text tiny text. Book equals build character tokenizer text model equals make model vocab size and box size of 16. There we have it. And we run model.eval for evaluation, is my guess. Oh, hi Gojo. Do you use lots of torch functions? Yes. Like torch optim adam w. I don't even know how to say. Is it ADAMW? Is it something else? We're also creating torch of tensor, torch.top k, torchful like, torch where, stuff like that. I'm still not entirely sure about all the differences between the torch and the numpy. I tried learning like the basic numpy mathematics, but gave up after 2 sessions. So at the moment I'm just pretending I understand what every torch function does and moving on. I'm mostly curious to see if this is even gonna work. I mean, this code is essentially generated by ChatGPT. Even though I've written it, it's not my work per se. So after we run these test files, then I'm gonna try and run the tokenizer as well. See if that runs as it should. Hopefully it will. If it doesn't, then I don't know what to do. Maybe start over from scratch, but yeah. ChatGPT is wrong lots of times. Yeah, I know. But so far, this is the 11th exercise. And so far I don't think it has given a single exercise that's wrong. It's skipped a lot of steps in explanations and stuff like that, but it hasn't given me code yet that's failed to compute or stuff like that. Or at least I can't remember a single instance of it failing to compute. So I haven't had to troubleshoot anything yet. But that might change, I don't know. But you are right that ChatGPT is not consistently correct. That's certainly something you need to watch out for. Context. I was also thinking if you wanted to know like which days I'm Oh, nice! The Finnish Hangman. Nice. Does it work as you intended? Can you like play a full game? B-type torch, long. Like 0. Hmm. Hmm. 95% of what? Oh, problems. Okay. Okay. Nice. So it does work at least. That's always nice. Model generate. Context max new tokens. Temperature. And okay. None. I was about to say, if you wanted to know, like, I have a Discord channel. If you wanted to join that one, I could start writing in that one the schedule or whatever I'm planning to stream on. Like if I wanted to stream more Hollow Knight or not. Today I went in and manually created this stream a bit earlier. Set it to the Devstream, so you'd be able to see that I'd be doing a Devstream today. But I won't always have the time to do that beforehand, so each time I go live it will come as a surprise to you or anyone else what I'm doing. So I just thought I'd mention that I could like write it in the Discord channel if you were interested in knowing beforehand. Like, will he do a dev stream today, or will he do a Hollow Knight stream, or something like that? Do you mean a server or just a profile? Oh, I have a Discord server. It should be linked in the... Let's see, in the description, I think. Yeah. It is, okay. Neat. I just thought I'd mention it. It might make things easier for you as well. Because even if you do Python, you might not actually want to watch me doing Python stuff. And it might be nice to know beforehand. So you're well welcome to join the server. Wait, this is done now, isn't it? But are you gonna fix the rest of the problems for the Hangman game and then move on to another project, or do you want to continue with that and expand that even further? You might be able to expand the Python Hangman even further if you'd wanted to. Hello, Dungeon. What's up? Let's see. We already installed Torch. I think. If we open the terminal, scripts activate. Keep forgetting. .venv scripts activate. Is it? No, it's the .ps1, right? No. How did you activate the virtual environment again? Oh, nice, Gojo. Nice. I'm gonna start typing there the same day or the day before what I plan to do on the next stream. So you'll be able to see. And we can chat as well. You might have something you want to share as well. Maybe your own Python project, stuff like that. Yes, I think I do remember you, Don John. I think you shared your art with me, didn't you? See, I do think I have your... Yeah, I do have your you on Discord. Nice. Okay. How did we do? I was gonna ask. How do we activate the virtual environment in Python?
Yeah, so to reactivate your virtual environment in Python, you just go to your project folder and run the activation script again. On Windows, that usually means running something like .venv scripts activate. On other systems, it might be something like swords .venv bin activate. So just run the appropriate activation command and you're good to go.
Oh. Of course, the space messed things up. So now we're inside the virtual environment. We should be able to simply do Python PyTest Q, because I don't think we have anything else outside the archive. No, we simply had the configuration for the test file and that's it. Let's see how that works. Oh. One failed. Well, that's certainly interesting. Test generate length. Typer cannot unpack non-iterable non-type objects. Let's see. Is it simply a syntax error? Or have I misspelled something? Yeah, I'll do that, Gojo. I'll do that. Now, where did we go wrong? That seems to be correct. Same with that one. Context, model eval, model make model. Seems to be correct. Correct tokenizer, correct. And if we were to run it again, we'd get the same result, obviously, because the seed is the same. The time was the time differed a lot though. Interesting. Line 79. Is it the model generate? Let's see. Can we... Maybe it's a good idea to copy... all of this. Like so. And then we can test this. See what it says. If there is an error on ChatGPT's part or if this is an error on my part. There's no way to know right now. Auto-regressive sampling. You got a small logic bug in transformer.forward. When target is none, your forward doesn't return anything, so self edX returns none, generate can't unpack it, fix. Make sure forward always returns logic loss even when target is none. Replace your forward with this or adjust yours to make it match the return at the end. Oh, yeah. Cool server name. Thanks. I just picked something at random, something that I thought would be thematically. How do you say it? Symbolically. Not accurate. Whatever. You catch my drift. Something I thought sounded cool. The question is it in this one? Generate forward. It has to be this function here inside the mini transformer that we need to replace or redo. Let's see. Self, IDX, torch, sensor, target. Make sure forward always returns. Oh, maybe it was my bad actually. We go up and check it out. Is it this one here, right? Yes, and yeah, so it was my bad from the beginning. Simple syntax error, not the error of the ChatGPT for once. How did you come up with your YouTube name? Does it reference something or is it just random? A bit of both. A bit of both. I thought I do like the visual contrast between ash and embers, and Angrask is like a how do we say it? An Old Norse translation for like Ash's anger or grief's ash. It's not a perfect translation, but it's basically Old Norse for ash, or angry ash, or grief's ash, or something like that. But mostly, I just thought it sounded cool. Mostly. Deep. Nah, it's very difficult to find a username nowadays that's short enough, pronounceable, and spellable. Is spellable even a word? I don't know. But you catch my drift. It's very difficult to find one, and I think Angrask is... It shouldn't be too confusing to pronounce or too confusing to write. I don't think so, at least, but... I could just ask you, do you think it's easy to read and write? Like, if you had to remember how to spell Angrask, could you do it? And if you were to say it, would you say Angrask or would you say something else? I haven't actually double checked it with anyone else before. Now that this is done though, now we should be able to run the Pi test and it should return with no errors. And a different error. Another error. So test unit length. We are asserting that we're trying to assert that 2 equals 21. It's good? Yeah. Thanks. Wait, did you change your username? Did you just change your username? You must have done that, right? I'm not hallucinating and there's suddenly another Gojo in the same chat. No, it has to be the same Gojo, right? Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't have 2 Gojos suddenly. That would have been very strange. Does it refer to Jujutsu Kaisen or something else? I just made that connection with has been sealed. My evil twin. Now I'm scared. Halloween was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen was pretty good. I was a bit disappointed that the animation quality dropped a little bit in season 2, but it was still good. Still good. And I'm still looking forward to watching the movie, I think. They released a movie, right? I haven't seen it though. I'm waiting for it to release on Blu-ray or whatever, if you catch my drift. So... let's see... I'm just gonna copy and paste this error again. Since it was that so fast on... oh, retry. This conversation is getting pretty long. Should probably... yeah, we need to actually break up this conversation afterwards and open a new chat for the next exercise, I think. Yeah, I know you can always do that, but there's before you do that, you need to wait for it to leave the cinema, so to speak, and be available on other sites. Otherwise, you'd be stuck watching a very poor quality version, and I'm not that impatient to watch it. I'd rather wait until a better quality has been released. Wait. That's the old one. They said this one. My favorite character. Ooh. I've practically forgotten his name, but the guy with the glasses and the machete. Who's machete? Oh, machete. Nanami. Yeah, I think that might have been my favorite character. I'm not sure though. Also, I really like the the bro guy. What's his name? I forgot about his name as well. But the one that showed the protagonist how to do the black flash or whatever you call it. Like the really buff guy. That's like a brother to the protagonist. Todo, yeah. Damn, how do you remember all those names? I don't know, I keep forgetting names. I'm so bad at remembering names. Like, so bad at it. See, generate loop. Your generate loop is returning after the first iteration. That's why outshape 1 is 2, start token plus 1, new token instead of 21. Most likely cause return IDX is indented inside the for loop. It must be outside so the loop can append all max new tokens. Ooh, okay. That's the guess of the AI. So correct shape of generate. So have wait, no, this is the wrong one, isn't it? Self ID X store sensor max new tokens in temperature. Say float. Okay, one. Is this Aladam your first Python project or did you make something before it? Let's see. Where do we have? So we have this one here. This is probably the first Python project, I think. So it's simply asking for names and stuff like that. And then printing some basic math. This was simply to familiarize myself with formatted strings. Then I think this one was the next one. A tiny calculator. I think that was the next one. Then after that, no, this one was the next. No, yeah, correct. No, never mind. This one was the number 2. So we did a dice script that we can roll a die, set the size of the die and stuff like that. Or I don't remember the order exactly, but we have a calculator script, a die script, and we also have a more split up calculator where we're parsing arguments. And we have we're importing them as module and stuff like that. Did you do them yourself or with ChatGPT 2? With ChatGPT 2. As I said, this is the 11th exercise. So ChatGPT has given me like exercises to slowly ramp up the difficulty, and I've now been following those exercises and doing them as training basically. The whole goal with this was to see if I could use AI to learn how to make AI. It was a fun little challenge. I'm fairly sure this is like a very inefficient way to actually learn how to do Python. Like if I wanted to learn Python in the fastest way, I should probably simply open a textbook or watch a YouTube video on like how LLMs works and stuff like that. Because I haven't like watched a single video on how neural networks actually work or how to program a neural network. I have no idea. Like I'm relying entirely on ChatGPT for basically everything to see if I even could do that. And so far I'd say for the simpler exercises it was definitely enough. But now that we're working with like really transformers, then it's become a bit too much, I'd say, for ChatGPT to actually teach. It's skipping a lot of steps. And assuming my competence is a lot higher than it actually is. I think the edge of what it was able to teach me like efficiently was probably the byte pair encoding. Because this script, for example, I was able to follow along pretty well, but it was also ask questions to get concrete answers. But now it's so complex, I don't even know where to begin. I have no idea. But you said you learned Python from reading online, right? Like following a text guide or something like that. that's probably like the most efficient way to do it, I'd say. Let's see. So is this then the Mumax tokens? We have the for loop, and this is outside of the for loop. That's not correct, so this should be the correct shape. Like so. Let's try it one more time. Oh, 3 passed. Nice. So at least that seems to be working as it should. Random word of the day in pineapple. Pineapple, apple pine. Pen pineapple. Wait, was it pen pineapple? Apple pen. I don't know why, but the word pineapple triggered that meme song in my head. Pen pineapple apple pen. If it's the most efficient, why aren't you using it? Simply because I wanted to see if I were to be able to do it like this. That's the whole reason, basically. I wanted to see if it was possible, and I mean, it's looking like it's possible, but probably a bit more difficult. And it might actually be also be ChatGPT. I've used Gemini also for different purposes, and I feel like Gemini Pro is so much better than ChatGPT 5. So yeah, you also remember that song. I'm sorry if I made that stuck in your head now. Hopefully you'll be able to forget it soon. Let's see, so now that's all of those pass, let's try and run it. Wait, here we are. So we're clear, yes, and Python train mini transformer .py steps set that to 300 and 200 loops. Oh, something's wrong. Probably something I did wrong again. That would track with the previous errors. No, why? You are now breathing manually. Why did you have to do that? You didn't have to do that. You're now blinking manually. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I don't know, that was diabolical. Let's see, can I... I think I fixed that one at least. Potter! Damn Potter. Movie Snape is so much... Like, movie Snape is so much more chill than book Snape. Book Snape is like actually a demon. Like, I can almost kind of understand Harry Potter naming one of his children after Snape due to his sacrifice when you're simply looking at movie Snape. Then that's like a forgivable lapse in judgment, I'd say. But book Harry naming his children after book Snape, I simply can't imagine why anyone would do that. Do you know that movie versus book moment in Goblet of Fire? If you mean with Dumbledore, then yeah, sure. Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Said Dumbledore calmly. And then you watch the movie and simply... he's raging like crazy, screaming and running towards Harry. But that actor, he didn't even read the books. I think he even said that he didn't like the Harry Potter books. I think the first actor for Dumbledore was so much better than the next one. It might also be like nostalgia, since I saw the first movie. We had the first movie on DVD when I grew up, so I watched that a lot of times. So it might be a bit of nostalgia and stuff like that as well. But I think the first Dumbledore actor like embodied Dumbledore much better than the next one. Much better. I don't know. I'm such a big fan of the books, and I've read the books so many times that I can't enjoy the movies. I simply can't do it any longer. I think the movie that best captures the ambience of the book in question is probably the third one, Prisoner of Azkaban. I'd say that movie captures the feeling of the book very well. Let's see. You hit this because your vocab is smaller than 50, but the training script calls... Oh. That makes some sense. Make generate robust recommended. Yeah, this. Yeah, somehow to limit this happening again. Edit min transformer pi in generate, replace the top K block with a safe minimum. Oh, it is here, right? If top K is not none and top K is greater than 0. The time travel in Prisoner of Azkaban was logically perfect, but the one in the Cursed Child was the exact opposite. Yeah, I've never read the Cursed Child. I've simply heard that it's an awful book, so I simply pretend that it doesn't exist. That's my way of dealing with it. To not sully the Harry Potter franchise. Like, I do like the time travel in the third book. In like that specific like arc. But I still think that introducing time travel into the books was a mistake. Like, fundamentally, I think it was a mistake by J.K. Rowling. She kind of fixed it by saying that they smashed all the time turners in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix when they fight in the Ministry of Magic in the Department of Mysteries. Then they accidentally smashed the whole ministry stock of time turners. That way she solves like the issue of someone else using a time turner to maybe go back and stop the hero, so to speak, from stopping Voldemort. Like, so Voldemort can't use time turners. But I still think it was a mistake to even introduce it, because it's just insane when you think about it. Like, time travel, you have like wizards capable of producing artifice that's able to turn back time for anyone simply carrying a time turner. Like, that's a crazy reach in power. Do you know logic paradoxes like the grandfather paradox? Is that if you like go back in time and become your own grandfather or something like that? I know the paradox of like going back in time and killing yourself. But there are so many paradoxes when it comes to time. I'm not totally sure if, as you said, the time travel is logically perfect in the Prisoner of Azkaban, but I'm not sure if it's simply logically perfect because they're taking precautions to make sure that there's no shenanigans. Like how they are very careful to not even be seen by their previous, or to never be seen by themselves or others, stuff like that. I don't know. Logic paradox, it has no logical explanation, it is an impossible outcome. Yeah. But wait, what's the difference between a logical paradox and a paradox? Isn't like a paradox illogical by its own nature? Or maybe no, maybe a paradox is perfectly logical. Simply it's or maybe we can say that the steps to reach a paradox is logical, but the outcome of the paradox is. But the outcome doesn't have to be illogical, does it? It simply has to be undeterminable. Like you can't determine the outcome of a paradox. If you time travel and kill your grandfather, you were never born. And if you were never born, how could you kill your grandfather? Yeah. Exactly. Oh, now I'm stuck thinking about paradoxes. melting my brain. Do you have a favorite Harry Potter movie or book, or have you even read the books, or have you simply seen the movies? Wait, before sampling. Would that be here, or would that be up here? No, that would be up here. Because then we're gonna check this one, and that's the same as we have here. Or it's almost the same. Where? This sentence is false. Now tell me, is it true or false? It's neither and both. We have the whole series at home, so I read all of them. My favorite is The Order of the Phoenix. Nice. I'm like on the fence when it comes to which one my favorite is. It's Order of the Phoenix is definitely up there though. Like, I do really like that one. But at the same time, I also really like the Chamber of Secrets. Like, the vibe in those books are very different. But I like the beginning a lot, with the car and stuff like that, and the forest, Forbidden Forest. But Order of Phoenix is also very nice. I'd also say that the Half-Blood Prince is pretty good as well. Okay. Dot size. That one. Harry, I like the burger and fries. This is my order. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And a poster where Harry cares a plate with fast food. Wait. Wait, do you have this as a poster? That would be a pretty rad poster, not gonna lie. That would be pretty cool. Launch it. Okay. And dim. Ah, why? Why? Damn it. Why? Ah. My eyes. My eyes. I've never actually read the Harry Potter books, like manually read them myself. I've listened to the audiobooks by Stephen Fry like a lot of times. Like I've listened to all the books a lot of times because I think it's his narration of the audiobooks is perfect. Like all the voice lines are superb. I don't think there's a single instance in all of those audiobooks that I wasn't immersed in the voice acting. Logits fresh, thoughtful like Logits throat, negative infinite. Logits. Where did we go wrong? That's encapsulated correctly. This one is as well. I honestly can't. Oh, wait. I'm stupid. I'm retarded. There we are. And this is also misspelled. Thresh. There we are. Okay. This should make it more robust then. So we're limiting it to the corpus or the vocabulary size. Let's run it one more time. Hope for the best. Oh! So the training seems to be working as intended. We do decrease our loss. Nice. Wait, where do we actually save? It's not this one. No, that's a previous one. from a previous one. Data, no, this is another data text, some previous one as well. What if we were to... Let's see. Did we include a path to data? We did do that. So we can train it. Now where do we save it? Because we have to save the model somewhere, don't we? You played Hogwarts Legacy. I also played Hogwarts Legacy. I never finished it because I had the same issue with glitching, or not glitching, but even though my PC is technically good enough to be able to play it, I had like certain areas where like the frames would drop to like 5 frames per second, and nothing I did changed that, so I simply gave up on it. Though the game was good in itself, it was a good game, but a bit sad that the optimization wasn't as good. Did you play Deltarune / Undertale? No, I have not. I've seen a fair bit of Undertale, or I saw a couple of years ago someone else play it, like a fair bit, but I haven't played it myself. Same goes for Deltarune, because Deltarune is the successor to Undertale, right? The follow-up, what do you call that, a sequel. But no, I haven't played that. Have you played it? Deltarune is an anagram to Undertale. Deltarune. Oh, interesting. Like how Tom Marvel or Riddle is an anagram for I am Voldemort. But there can be another one, a range of those letters, the secret triquel. Ah, wait, I'm not a dealer. Oh. Okay, even if I haven't played Undertale and Deltarune, I would play Not Dealer. That sounds like a good game. Game of the year in the making, perhaps? Might just be. Which one would you say was the better game? Undertale or Deltarune? And is it like the same type of game, or is it like an entirely new like type of game? Is it Is it the same genre? The same mechanics? So Deltarune is the better one. Okay. That's actually interesting. I don't remember seeing... Like, I haven't seen as much hype around Deltarune. Because when Undertale came out, that was like everywhere. Like everywhere. And even though there was like some stir about Deltarune like around its release, I haven't seen like the same buzz, the same like fervor. It is similar, but Deltarune is a much bigger project and has more characters, options, better graphics. Oh. Well, bigger doesn't necessarily mean better, but if you thought it was a better game, then I'll take your word for it. It's gonna be hard to top the first one though, if you look at the ratings. Because if I remember correctly, Undertale was rated very highly. Like, very, very highly. Though it also comes down to preference, of course. As all things do. Now that is all working. Let's see. If I wanted to I'm a bit confused why it spits out the samples like so. Where do we have... It's down here, right? Generate a sample, model.eval. Context. Torch zeros. Torch long device. Start with token ID 0. Out model generate context. Max new tokens. Org gen temperature 1. Top K50. Decoded. So we're decoding all of the tokens. In Undertale you can kill the whole underground, but in Deltarune you can traumatize your close childhood friend and freeze enemies to death by commanding and corrupting her. Oh. I guess that's a neat mechanic. Damn. Trauma, huh? Do you like traumatize her so hard that she gets ice powers? You freeze her soul or something? Or you can be a pacifist. Like in the first game, right? You can be a pacifist in the first game as well, I think. The entire game depends on whether you're nice or not. Yeah. I mean, they can be pretty fun, I suppose. I haven't played them, so I can't really say, but I played Dishonored, and that had Dishonored had like a similar thing. Like if you kill everyone, like you have like the ordered ending and the chaotic ending. The more people you kill, the more chaotic your gameplay gets, or the ending gets. And as long as you don't kill, then the more ordered the ending becomes. And I think I like the ordered ending more. It's been so long since I played it though. But I think I like the ordered ending more, but I like the gameplay of reaching the chaotic ending more. So if I play the game the way I wanted to play it, by being a badass assassin and killing all the enemies, then I'd get the ending I don't prefer. But if I played like a pacifist, then I'd get the ending I wanted. So it's like, yeah, that might not be the case with Undertale though. But I just thought about that when you said that with the split paths to reach the ending. In both games, someone knows you're a player and not a person from their world. Oh. I guess it makes sense. I never really thought about it like that, but yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna ask it. What does this actually do? A duplicate. Too bad. I also played One Shot. Do you know it? One Shot. I do not. I don't think so, at least. It doesn't ring a bell. One Shot. No. Is it like an indie game, or is it like from a largest studio? It does sound like an indie title, I suppose, but the model.eval puts the model in inference mode. It disables drop out and uses eval behavior for layers like layer norm. You do this before generating, so outputs are stable. Okay. Context equals torch 0. Device. Build a starting prompt. Context as a tensor of token IDs. Shape B T equals 1 1 1 sequence B equals 1 1 token long T equals 1. Value 0. So you're starting with token ID 0, whatever token 0 is in your tokenizer. D type torch long because token IDs must be int64. Device match the model CPU here. Out model a lot of people say it's similar to Undertale. Its entire point is to break the fourth wall multiple times with mechanics. Ah. I have a very hard time with like stories in games or books or movies or whatever media you want to talk about, breaking the fourth wall incorrectly. I mean, it can be like cool if it's done in a correct way, but when it happens and it's not in a good way, then it ruins the story for me often. So I'm pretty cautious about that. If I saw like the one shot like as a game and the description said like break the fourth wall, I'd be very leery about playing it, because I'd be like too too skeptical that they like did the breaking correctly, whatever you want to call it. But did you like it? Out equals model generate, context max new tokens equals oxygen, temperature 1, top K is 50. Auto regressive sampling loop. Drop to the last block size tokens. Forward pass, logits, PT, vocab size. Take the last time step, logits. Divide by temperature. Greater than 1, flatter, more random, less than 1, sharper, more greedy. If top K is set, keep only the top K logits, mask the rest to minus infinite. Softmax probabilities, softmax 2 probabilities, sample the next token with torch.multinominal. Append it to the sequence and repeat for max new token steps. Result out has shape 1 and 1 plus args gen. You guide a child through a barren world trying to save it. A mysterious voice tells you the solution to the puzzles. Tells you the solutions to the puzzles are on your wallpaper in the computer files or in separate .exe files. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I can see that being a unique idea at least. Did you have to like tab out of like the game to browse your browse the file explorer to find like clues and stuff like that? Seeding with text, does that mean like seeding with an input? Input like chat GPT, input field. It was a short but very fun game. Will you stream Hollow Knight tomorrow? Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Hollow Knight stream tomorrow. And hopefully I'm gonna try to go earlier, to go live a bit earlier, to play a bit more. But I won't make any promises on that. But at least Hollow Knight, definitely more of it tomorrow. Short answer, yes, seeding with text means giving the model a prompt string, like you do in a chat input. The model takes that text as context and then generates the next tokens after it. By the way, I was wrong yesterday about the boss names. Oh. Wrong how? Wrong about the names themselves or wrong about their... Oh, okay. Okay, like that, okay. But that's the following bosses we haven't fought yet, right? So it's gonna be... maybe something... maybe something that gets done tomorrow. We'll see how far we get tomorrow. But hopefully we'll be able to defeat another boss at least. At least one more. We need to look for the pale ore as well, now that we have the double jump. You will fight them maybe 20 hours later. Ooh, that's a lot of content still left to do, in other words. But that's good. That's good. I think we're like 10 hours in or something like that. Or maybe a bit more, 11 maybe, 11 hours in. Here's exactly how to do it with your code. Use your tokenizer to make the starting context. Place the 0 token context with an encoded prompt. So before context, this context here, right? Context 1 D type long device, yes. And so what to do it like so? Then replace that with the pure and the wing, the other one sooner probably. Okay. Why is the delay of my messages on this stream so much shorter than the delay on Hollow Knight streams? Really? I guess you'd be able to see that as they pop up on the display as well. So you'd be able to like notice that. I don't know why that would be, to be honest, because I haven't done anything else. It might have been... Let's see if I can... customization. No, I can't change that now. Because there's a latency setting when you stream, like you can have low latency, ultra low, or like normal. On normal latency, like the video quality on the stream is a tiny bit better, but there's like a long delay, like I don't know, 20 seconds or something like that. And then low is much shorter, like I don't know, 10 maybe seconds. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's much shorter. And then we have like ultra low, but that's where the quality degrades a lot, and you only get like 1 or 2 seconds shorter delay, so it's not worth it for the quality drop. So I usually stream on low latency, which is the recommended one. So I have no idea why it would be different on these streams compared to the other one. I'm gonna try and look into it though. It could be something to do with how I'm setting the stream up. I don't know. How long would you say the delay actually is? If you were to type something and then count until you see the message, how many seconds is that? Like, are we talking 10 seconds? Are we talking 15 seconds? Can't have been that long, right? Since you did type the test message pretty soon after I asked for it. Around 7 seconds. That's pretty good. That's probably the low latency then. And it should be that latency as well on Hollow Knight. If you... we can check that tomorrow as well. So I'm gonna try to remember that. Around 7 seconds. You can check tomorrow then. See if you... how many seconds gets added when we're playing Hollow Knight. Because there shouldn't be a difference, but if there is a difference, then I will really want to figure out why. It's really curious. Yeah, thanks. See texts. Low. Context ID, stock.encode. Read text. As a list int. And then we set context to torch.tensor of context IDs. P-type torch.long. Device equals device. Let's see. Then generate as usual. Out model generate context. New max tokens. Args gen temperature 1. You still have 4 undiscovered areas and maybe 5 to 6 sub areas in Hollow Knight. No, 5 full areas. Okay. Okay. How many have we discovered? Like, well, we have discovered 2 areas that we don't even have a map for. I wouldn't say you've discovered an area if you don't even have a map for it though, to be honest. Like, if you can't map the area, you haven't really discovered it. But you said there were like 11 or 12 full areas, right? Like the full game, like that was like 11 or 12. Okay, okay. So that's about half the game done. Half the game done. Or left. However you wanna look at it. At least when it comes to areas. An area deep down, an area to the south border, an area to the west border, another lively area, foggy bubble area. Okay. We'll just have to wait and see. Wait and see how many more deaths it's gonna take us before the whole game is finished. No, maybe a third, because there's still a lot to discover. Okay. I'm not like entirely sure we're gonna 100% the game, but we're definitely gonna do like everything that's on the main path, so to speak, and like the close branches of the main path. But I don't know, there might be like a lot of like hidden stuff, like you can go and do that, go back to the beginning and do like all of those stuff, and I'm not sure if we're gonna do everything there is, but at least finish the game, definitely that, and the low-hanging fruit around that as well, like the DLCs and the whatever bosses that might exist that you recommend, like side bosses or whatever. Finding whatever like charms and stuff like that that's useful. The shortest ending is maybe 70% of the whole game. Okay. But we might not do the shortest ending. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up that we're gonna do like 112% or whatever on the whole game. Like no new game plus probably. I'd rather play like Silk Song or something than grind the first game to a fine powder. Like I'd rather do like another game. Because there comes a point like where unless you like love the game, like love it so much that you never want to put it down, then it comes a point where trying for more just isn't as satisfying as playing something else. I still didn't get the hardest one, but I'm working on it. Ooh. So even you haven't finished the hardest one, okay. Then there is a lot of content left to do. See. I want to see if we can hook up the can we copy path. If we can hook up this to... Wait, what's happened? Why does it look so weird? Here. There we are. And so we gen and we do data, right? And then we copy the path. That should be the correct argument, right? Data. Now we might have the model might be too tiny for this. But let's try. Yeah, there's a lot of loss still left. What is this text? That's not English. After 70 hours, I'm at the final area and stuff, but the final event is still too hard for me. Then it's gonna be impossible for me. Don't get your hopes up, it's gonna be impossible for me. If you can't do it, then I am definitely not gonna be able to do it. Maybe if I had like, I don't know, one kilogram of cocaine or something, I might be able to do it, but no. My reaction speed is simply too poor. Five to 10 more hours. Yep. I'm gonna cross my fingers. Still 70 hours for Hollow Knight is still a great value proposition. Where does this transformer save model / vocab in a text file somewhere. I actually with illegal activities. Nah, man. I've never even tried cocaine. Like, never. And I never want to do it either. Like, I have a lot of friends that have tried it. But I never even wanna try it. Like, it's never gonna be something I'm gonna do, so why would you even wanna know how it feels? Because if it feels good, then you will know for the rest of your life that you won't ever do it again. Like if you have like that strict of a discipline. If you don't have the strict of a discipline, it's even worse, because then you're gonna do it again and you're gonna get addicted and maybe go to jail or I don't know. So no cocaine for me, I'm sad to say. I will be going to Sri Lanka though in December. I don't know. I just thought that was it Sri Lanka? Was it some other Asian country where they chew like cocoa leaves? Is that how you say it? Cocoa leaves? I don't actually remember. Right now it doesn't save anything. The model and tokenizer live in memory only. If you want persistence, add a small save load path. I thought that might have been the case. The tokenizer we wrote wasn't like that, and I didn't see that being implemented anywhere here. I don't know which country you're talking about. Sri Lanka is basically an island outside of India. Island is... I guess it's an island. It's a very large island though. They have like a bunch of wildlife and tea plantations and mountains and beaches. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. It's northwest of... is it the Philippines? Or southeast of India is probably the best way to say it. But I might be thinking about South America. It might be like South America, that's where like they're chewing like the organic leaves, so to speak. Vatican? Vatican? Isn't that like the Christian, the Pope City, whatever you want to call it? Isn't that called the Vatican? I'm going on vacation to the Vatican. No. No, I'm not religious like that. I wish I was. Don't get me wrong, I wish I was religious, but no. It's simply not for me. Do you mean why I wish I was, or why I'm not? Okay, so why I'm not religious? Well, my brain simply doesn't work like that. Like even if I wanted to believe, it makes no sense to me. No religion makes sense to me. I just can't see that being the case, and my brain can't, like, I can't believe without any proof of anything. And I mean, there's evidence for a lot of religions. Like, there's definitely evidence of like Jesus having existed. Like, there's definitely evidence of that, but there's still no proof to me that, like, let's say Christianity is correct. I wish I could believe, but I simply can't believe for that reason. And why I want to believe is because if I like believed in my heart in a religion, then that would make my life so much easier. Like, so much easier. There would be no existential dread or anything, because as things stand, I'm convinced that when I die, there's gonna be nothing or something that we have no idea about. And that's, of course, that gives me a lot of anxiety. It would give anyone anxiety. Like the great unknown or oblivion. Both options are pretty extreme. So I wish I could believe. I really do. Like, genuinely, I wish I could believe, but I can't do it. Are you religious, Gojo? Or are you an atheist? Well, good for you. I'm a bit envious, not gonna lie. Like, genuinely, I am envious. Because I simply can't. That might change though. Who knows? In 40 years or 50 years, who knows? Maybe I'll believe. But right now, I don't. Which is sad. If I were to say, like, if I were to believe in anything, then, like, of the established religions or whatever, if you really wish to, you can, like, probably find meetings or help with this subject. I mean, I've been, like, to... When I grew up, like, I went to Sunday school, and I was in the choir, and, like, growing up, and my mom is in the choir, so I'm at church, like, at some points, a few times a year, and what's it called? I also did the confirmation. Is that what it's called? Confirmation? Where you like study Christianity. I don't remember what it's called, but I did that as well. So I've been surrounded with, like, Christianity, like, all my life, and I was also part of the Boy Scouts growing up as well, and that's also very religious, Christianity centered. So it's not for a lack of trying, is my point. It's not for a lack of trying. But yeah, that's just how it is sometimes, I guess. But as I was gonna say, if there's, like, one religion that I'm closest to, then it's probably like Buddhism, I think. Because that's not really, like, a religion in itself. It's more about, like, the human mind. It's, I don't want to say pseudoscience, but it's more about, like, exploring the human mind and how little we actually know about our reality. It's a very complex subject, but from what I understand, that's, like, the closest religion to my understanding of the world. Even though I'm not fully there either. I'm not a Buddhist. I'm simply not religious. I don't know why we came into this subject, but oh, the Vatican, yeah. No, I'm not. So I'm not going to a holiday at the Vatican. Do you think they have cocaine in the Vatican? I think they do. Now, can we... Would it help to simply increase the number of generations, let's say, to 400? I hope not. Never meet your heroes, man. Never meet your heroes. But who knows? Who knows? Like literally, who knows what goes on in the Vatican? That's a closed down fortress, basically. This didn't improve the loss at all. Let's try keep the generations at 200 and steps increase that to double that to 600. Ooh, that does seem to increase a little lot. So it's a bit more coherent. What if we were to, let's say, increase the steps to 1000 and generations to 300? Let's say 400. That's also an improvement. Still a lot of hallucinations though. Oh wait, is that also because we're simply using this limited? If we were to do... No, this is the top 50. If we were to increase this to 100, then we simply get a longer output, wouldn't we? You were from Poland, right, Gorgio? No, this is not actually a longer output. Where did I get that from? Is is Poland like a Christian country? I get the feeling that it is. Mostly Catholic. Do you mean like the rest being It's called Protestant? That's the other one, right? Because here in Sweden we are mostly Protestant, I think. If that's how we say it. It's called Protestant. Where did I get that from? I think I just pulled out ChatGPT and hallucinated that from somewhere. The rest Protestant. It is another religion. Oh, so it is called Protestant. Okay. Okay, interesting. I'm honestly not sure any longer if we even have, like, in Sweden, if Christianity is even like the main religion any longer, because Sweden is very atheist, and I wouldn't be surprised if like Islam is like, if not beating Christianity, then very close to beating Christianity at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised. Because there's not a lot of like devoted Christians in Sweden, I wouldn't say. Hmm. I think this is probably the end of this exercise, since we got it to work. Random word of the hour. Entschuldigung. Entschuldigung? Is that German? Entschuldigung. Did you simply type something completely random? For all I know, it could be either. Top K sampling keeps only the top K highest logic tokens and masks the rest to infinite before softmax. Biggest K, more options, more randomness. Small K is safer / greedier. The chaining to top K 100 means if vocabulary is greater than 100, for example 12 characters, if your current code no clamp, it will crash. If you add a clamp, it becomes no truncation, which is equivalent to full softmax. Since min 100 vocab size equals... If your vocab is greater than 100, you allow sampling from top 100 tokens each step, instead of say top 50, more diversity, higher risk of nonsense. Tune with temperature. Greedy to diverse, quick guide. Top key 1, greedy, org max. Small k, for example 10. Conservative, coherent, large. For example 100, diverse, only matters if vocab is greater than 100. It's German for sorry. Do you know German? Or maybe you simply know how to say like hello, thanks, sorry, something like that. Like the most basic of basic. Random word of the minute. Grundstückwerkgenehmigungsständige. I think. Oh, it goes on. Übertragungsverordnung. Yeah, and you call this basic? Sure, man, sure. It has to be like one of those words, like German is like you can keep on adding words together, right? Like you can just stack words together, and then it becomes a very long word. Because you can kind of do that as well in Swedish, but it's at least with some words, but it's not very common. We don't actually do it like often. You found that one as a fun fact. Well, what does it say? What's the fun fact? With how can you know that word and without? Wait, are you gonna use Google Translate or are you gonna actually manually translate it? Because if you can manually translate that, then that's pretty impressive. Not gonna hold ya. That's pretty impressive. Obligation to transfer responsibility for property traffic permits. Yeah, so it's basically a bunch of words stacked together. And then you slap some German sensibilities on that, and it's basically a single word. Oh, translate. Google Translate is a godsend. It truly is a godsend. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Is it even further? No, we're here. Okay, here we are. What's that supposed to be, that character? It's not alpha, not delta, right? Is it like zeta, maybe? It is a Greek letter, right? Sigma. Okay. Sigma. Okay. The more you know. The more you know. Some real Sigma knowledge. Yes. But it seems like this exercise is kind of finished. I'm gonna get ChatGPT to compile a summary of whatever we did here, and then the next exercise can be on another Devstream, I think. It's been a pretty long stream already, and I'm feeling burnt out. Those who know, yeah. Push. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here for today. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here today, Gojo. Some Hollow Knight tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go live a bit earlier, but I'm making no promises, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, see you. Have a great evening. Yeah, I'm gonna go scream. Scream into the void. Nah. I'm gonna go eat something. I think I'm really hungry. I'm starving. Practically starving. But yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.